Well, I don't want to freaking work, Debbie. Why should I have to? After all the shit that's happened to me, why should I have to put in so much work? Why don't they have to put in so much work? Well, because they're not you. Because they don't live inside of you. Because they're not you at 2 o'clock in the morning with your head spinning madly and you can't get any sleep. They're not you with your high levels of anxiety or stress. They're not you who's like, I don't know how to keep going. They're not you who has to map out their lives moving forward. So it doesn't matter what they are doing. It matters what you are doing. Are you there for you? Have you abandoned yourself? You know, I hear you ladies telling me, but they abandoned me. But you're abandoning you. You can't control their leaving, but you are leaving yourself. You have got to be the hero in your own story. You have got to be the one who shows up for you. You've got to understand that it's you that's writing this story that is your life. Every chapter, every decision, every choice you make, you are writing on the pages of your life story. There are no perfect partners. There are no perfect human beings. There are no perfect lives. Most of us, it's a bloody hot mess. The vast majority of us are wading through shit on a daily basis. You know, the Buddhists say life is suffering. But there is joy and contentment too. But we have to know that suffering is part of the deal of being a human. And when we can start to understand that this is a normal part of the process, and we can lean in and go, I'm not being punished. This is just being a human. Shit happens to everybody. Then we can start to think about, how can I rescue myself? How do I become the hero in my own story? How do I not abandon myself or reject myself? How can I be more self-compassionate, self-loving, self-caring, self-accepting? How can I increase my sense of self-worth and self-love? Those things are all beginning with the word self for a reason. Now, for some of you, you don't know how, and I get that. Some of you were never taught this. This is what I do every day. I help and guide people. I support people so that they can change the way they think, the way they feel, and the way they behave. I show up with the goods going, this is what's going on. This is how you change it. And then I have to hand the reins over to the person on the other end and say, now you have to implement this. I'll be here to support you. I'll be here to kick you up the butt if you're being a bit naughty and you're not doing the work. I'll be here to encourage you, push you on, but you've got to do the work. I'll be your cheerleader when you have success, and when you have failure, I'll pull you back up to your feet. But you have to do the work. You have to show up yourself. You have to begin one day going, this is the day that my life is going to change. I want you to start to question some of your really strongly held beliefs. When we challenge these beliefs, these really entrenched beliefs that we have, it opens up a whole new set of pathways for us, a whole set of pathways we never even knew were available to us. It gives us a chance to really make shifts in our lives. And I have some of my members here right now who always come when I do these workshops, even though part of my membership. And some of them come to support you, some come to refresh things, and some come to support me, which I love. Thank you very much, gorgeous ones. And some of my members are here, and they've been doing this work for years, looking at how to change their lives so that their lives can be more positive, more healthy, more securely attached, and they can bring into their world beautiful human beings who will be good for them and who they can be in a healthy relationship too. There's the gorgeous Linny. Linny's in my membership. Trust what she's saying. She will kick your butt, but with love. I do, Lynn, don't I? With love. Linny, I met Linny when I was over in the UK last year, and she gave me this. Isn't she a love? She gave me this last year, and I keep it in my desk here. I'm very blessed to meet some of my members. So Linny came from Canada all the way to England so we could have a cuddle. And cuddle we did, didn't we, Lynn? All right, my darlings. So show up for yourself, do the work, and start to make the changes. Let's have a look at some of these core beliefs that might have you stuck. So I want you to pay attention, okay? And listen, and is this one of your core beliefs? Is this one of the things that maybe you tell yourself? So listen to what I'm saying and have a think about this, and let me know in the comments if any of these kind of ring true for you. So a core belief that a lot of people have is I am not worthy of love, and usually that is based on past experiences and negative self-perception. So maybe people said that I wasn't lovable, maybe people weren't there for me, maybe my parents weren't there for me, maybe partners weren't there for me, maybe I have given more than I have received. So maybe I tell myself the story that actually there's something innately wrong with me, and that's why people don't love me, and that's why people don't stick around. So can be a really significant core belief. Another one is I always attract the wrong people. So I'm inherently drawn and attracted to people who are just not good for me, not suitable for me. People who are addicted, people who are narcissistic, people who are selfish, people who are unavailable, people who are too self-absorbed. So basically, I pick these people over and over again. So I always pick the wrong people. You're telling yourself, I always pick the wrong people. And you're drawn to them like a moth to a flame. Don't start me on bloody soulmates and friggin' twin flames and trauma bonding. It drives me mad. Those words drive me bloody batty. They're healthy ways of connecting with people. So if we're telling ourselves the story that we always attract these people, guess what? We're setting the path to always attract these people. If that is a core belief of ours, we have to change that if we want to attract somebody who is healthy. Another one is I'm just not enough, right? I'm not enough. Feeling significantly inadequate in our essence, in our being. Believing that we lack qualities that are needed to have a healthy, happy relationship. And we tell ourselves there's something inside of me that I'm just not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not lovable enough. I'm not pretty enough. I haven't got enough money. I am lacking in every way, shape and form. And therefore, there will not be happiness for me. Some of you may tell yourself this core story, this belief that you have inside of yourself that love hurts. When we love, we better be sure that it's going to hurt, because all your experience tells you that love actually hurts. And for those of you who have had a traumatic childhood, as I have, we begin our life as little tiny people knowing that love hurts, because the people who are supposed to protect us and keep us safe don't. We may begin to assume in later life, if we weren't in a trauma history, that, it always leads to pain and disappointment, that people let us down. And this is based on our past experience. And this leads us to the fear of getting hurt again. I just don't want to do that again. It hurts too much. I'm too scared to get in a relationship. So maybe we get into them and we're like, I really want to be here, but there's a part of us that goes, I can't be here. This is really dangerous. This person's going to hurt me deeply and I need to run. So we can tell ourselves the story that love is a painful thing. Some of you might tell yourself the story with this core belief of, I just can't trust anyone. And a deep-seated belief that it just isn't safe to trust other people because people have betrayed you or abandoned you in the past. And so you go, experience tells me that it is not safe to trust anyone, that they're all fuckers and they're all out to get me. And even when I think, this one's going to be different, they let me down over and over and over again. We might have this core belief, my darlings, this one here, I need someone to complete me. This is a really dangerous belief, because the story is, I'm not whole. I'm not whole. I need somebody outside of me to fill my emotional voids. I need somebody outside of me to make me feel whole and happy. That's dangerous, because when we outsource that to somebody else, if they decide that we're not worthy, not lovable, not good enough, then guess what? They're in control of the way we feel. When I talk to my members about this, I describe making a cake, your core ingredients, your eggs, your butter, your flour. These are core ingredients for making a cake. You must have eggs and butter, you must have some form of liquid and a flour, right? That is the essence of making a cake. So if you imagine you're a cake, you must have your eggs, your butter and your flour. That's essential. If you only have butter and flour and another person is your egg, they're a core component of who you are. That's dangerous. So when you begin telling yourself the story that they complete you, they make you whole, they are the essence of who you are in really dangerous territory, because you are saying, without you, I am not whole. And they hold the core part of who you are. That's dangerous. A relationship is not that. You make your own cake. You are the whole cake. You are full and you are complete as a cake. And a partnership, a relationship, they come in and they are the decoration. They are the icing sugar, they are the frosting, they are the flowers if you want to decorate it pretty. That's what a partnership is. They come and they add to what is already there. They are not a core component of who you are. And if you allow that to happen, you are in dangerous territory. Please note, if you need someone to complete you, you have bought into a story, probably made by movies and music, that is really unhealthy. Now, for those of you who are like, holy shit, I haven't got any eggs, don't fret. I know they're really expensive. But you can find those core components in yourself because they're already in there, right? So don't go panicking. You have it inside of you already. You just need to know and find it. But it's in there. I teach this to women every single day. In some of the work that I do on inner child work, we go find that part of you that's missing, and you get to bring all of those parts together